This is Pastor Richard with Minute Messages, and today we're going to talk about the design of the church. When it comes to the design of churches, you may or may not know that most churches are designed off of the Old Testament Tabernacle. If you want to learn more about the Tabernacle, I encourage you to go to your Lutheran Study Bible, page 139, and there's a nifty diagram showing how the Tabernacle was constructed. Very briefly, with the Tabernacle tent, there was a fence that went around the outside of the tent, and that was a perimeter of that area, and everything outside that perimeter of that fence would be considered the common everyday life of the people, where they camped, where they lived, where they did business. And that is where we are right now in St. Paul's in the narthex. We're outside that perimeter of that fence. As you entered through that outer perimeter, that fence, if you will, you would enter into what was called the outer courtyard of that tabernacle back in that day. And that's where we are right now. Modeled off of that tabernacle, we are in the nave, and that nave is, again, parallel to the outer courtyard. As you walk through the courtyard, you would come closer and closer towards the tent, and you would be met by a water basin. And that water basin would be used by the priests to wash themselves before entering into the tent. Likewise, we have our baptismal font located right outside the tent, or we would say the chancel area. Right now, as you can see, I'm in the chancel area of St. Paul's Lutheran Church. The chancel area is everything from this high arch beam forward. And this chancel area actually parallels to the tabernacle tent. Now keep in mind though, when it came to the tabernacle tent, that you actually had two sections. You had the holy place and you had the most holy place. Likewise, here with our chancel, we have two sections. In the chancel, we have this holy place, and then there's a rail, and on the other side, we have what would be constituted as the most holy place, modeling back, echoing back to that tabernacle. Right now, I'm by the altar of St. Paul's Lutheran Church, and this area is properly called the sanctuary. Yes, the sanctuary. Like that tabernacle that had two different compartments, the holy place and the most holy place, we likewise have our chancel area distinguishing two different spots, the chancel itself as a whole, and then everything behind the rail would be called the sanctuary, mimicking and echoing back to the most holy of holy places in that tabernacle. So there you have it. When it comes to that tabernacle, you have the outer courtyard or the nave. You have the tent itself, which is the chancel, and then you have the two compartments within that tent itself. And the most holy of holies, well, that's our sanctuary. It is echoing back. Our church is echoing back to that Old Testament tabernacle.